Have you seen these pro Dark Souls 3 players that no hit Slave Knight Gael? And then when you watch the videos, and then you get impressed of their gameplay and tricks and strategies, and then you say, wow, these Souls players never showered in their life. But when I see them, I say, how did they just made an entire playthrough just to no hit Slave Knight Gael? Well, in this video, I'll make an entire playthrough just to no hit Slave Knight Gael, just like how these content creators do. So, get ready for the video, enjoy. So, I immediately create an account and choose the Soul class since it's the best class in Dark Souls 3, and made my way to the bonfire to light it, and say hi to Lodix Kandir and take him out. Okay, let's pause for a moment. I made my way to the Firelink Shrine and light the bonfire. But before I continued, I saved the game because I planned to call someone to drop me weapons and swords. Since I was a big ass loser, I realized what is the point of the run if I'm gonna call someone to help me. Plus, it's not gonna work since Dark Souls 3 online servers have rules that prevent that. So I said to myself, be a man and beat the game normally. I made my way from the high walls of Lothric because I needed the Estus shards and the Titanite shards to be strong, and headed to Verdit. Verdit made me die 3 times because I was vibing to the Ost, and no lie, I bet you played the same way once or twice. Verdit is a W boss. So, after Verdit, I met some flying guys, and they sent me to the Undead Settlement. Last time, on Dark Souls Remastered, they sent me to an Orlando, and an Orlando was way better than Undead Settlement. Since I'm at the Undead Settlement, I needed Yol of Londor to come to the Firelink Shrine, because I needed his free levels to increase my vigor, and I had to die in the most boring way. I really hate this part of the video. After dying miserably in the Firelink Shrine, I headed to the bonfire and light it, and get followed by some dogs, and headed to the curse-rotted earth tree and died 3 times, because I'm bad. I don't know how I will no hit Slave Knight Gael. Anyway, time for Road of Sacrifice. After the earth tree boss, I made my way safely to the bonfire. I said safely. After making my way safely, I needed the undead bone shard and the Estus shard and the Titanite shards to upgrade myself. And I made my way to the Abyss Watchers to get the job over with. Luckily for me, in my first attempt we got it over with. Anyway, I had to do the crystal witch, because I needed the money, and do the deacons of the deep. Speaking of the deacons, I had to do it with Henry and Horace to be quick, because the boss is really boring and I want to spice things up. So, after the deacons, I had to go back to the catacombs to loot their shit, because I needed them, and somehow I died at Warnir because of the abyss or the hollow air, or I don't give a shit. How did I die 3 times? Anyways, Since I hate dogs and I like cheese, I did what you're thinking about. But since Miyazaki hates me and didn't let me have the fun. Anyways, I had to unlock Pontiff Sullivan's shortcut, but the dogs doesn't love me. Okay, Pontiff Sullivan was the hardest boss in the playthrough. I don't know why, but Pontiff really wasn't having it. I died 11 times. Those 11 times felt like the number on the screen. It was a really tough time. I hate fighting Yorm the Giant alone, so if Zegord was with me, everything would be great. Thank you, Zegord. Yoram is more fun with Zegord, because Zegord is the goat. Wow, Miyazaki cooked on him. So I reached an Orlando, the best area in Dark Souls 3. Well, the best area in Dark Souls 3 isn't an Orlando. An Orlando is the best on Dark Souls 1. It was actually more fun. We cannot talk about an Orlando without mentioning Aldrich Bontief's worker. I did him on my first attempt and I was happy. Thank God I didn't die like Volnir or some dumbass boss. Let's go! So after Aldrich, Miyazaki really wants me to dance a little. I disagreed and died 5 times. I'm really mad that I'm bad at the game. Gosh, man.
Welcome her, speak then. Very then take note. Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
So I needed to do Osiris the Consumed King because I need that 60k that he drops. And I also hate dragons or lizard dragons or I don't know what type of monstrosity that is. So after the lizard dragon I needed to activate the DLC by finishing another DLC and killing Fried. So I needed to kill the demon prince because I hate flying enemies and the area itself. I bet you died 5 trillion times because of that fucking flying creature. I don't know. So, after smacking down the demon prince and yapping about some flying creatures, I had to do Have Light because it's the last boss on this playthrough. Alright, the moment that everyone was waiting for. The Slave Knight Gael no hit. It's time for slaughtering my prey.
What? Still here? handed over that thing, your dark soul.
So, right now I don't know what to say, but Slave Night Gael no hit is brutal. You have to stay focused, chilled, and no fear. I realize that Slave Night Gael on his first phase is easy if you know what you're doing, but second phase is not easy because you have to focus a lot and know every moveset of Slave Night Gael. Some of Slave Night Gael's attack were hard to dodge and really need timing like in phase 3. The spin attack is different from the second phase. In the second phase, you just roll to the left side with no problem. But in the phase 3, you have to run away, which is really hard to remember since you got to roll to the side in phase 2. It's really hard to remember. And then, out of nowhere, my bro said, I want to try Slave Night Gael. So he told me to save this part, and then I told him, alright. But instead of saving up, I uploaded. And what does that mean? That I returned from the last save on the beginning of the video. I was really panicking, but my bro said, no problem. You worry too much. Just redo everything. Bro, at that moment, I was 1% of becoming Super Saiyan 3. I was damn mad. This is it for today, and my apologies for not fully hitting Gael. But at least you got the point. Anyway, I'm busy working on my next video, so the next video will be fire. So don't forget liking and subscribing to don't miss any future video. I know what you're thinking. You say, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Why he did not just hit it Slave Night Gael? So, my bad, bro. I don't know what to say.